Build this network,
Scots and soul.
build this network on Scots with soul. Yo, folks, what's happening? Welcome back to the IndiScots Scots with Soul podcast. This week, with me, Codate my dog, I have SMViper, we have GreatScot Dave and GreatScot Mark from GreatScotGamers, and
Hello.
we have Vanessa straight above us. I didn't have time to change the overlay for GreatScot Dave because I was talking to you. I thought that was the name of the channel, so apologies for that.
That's okay.
Apologies for that. It's GreatScotGamers. So how is everybody, and welcome to the podcast, guys.
Thanks very much. Yeah, doing well.
Right, we'll go to GreatScotGamers since this is our first appearance. How have you guys been, and how was Resonate, and what you've been up to in your channel recently?
Yeah, we've been really good. Resonate was particularly good for us. It was surprisingly good, actually. We didn't really expect very much because when you nobody really knows who we are. We've only been going for a year.
Wait, I was standing right next to you, right, and it was Viper. He goes, "Truss, do you know that's GreatScotGamers or GreatScot Dave that joined the Discord?" And I was like, "You're GreatScot Dave, aren't you?"
That's right. You came up. And,
I was right next to you, too, and I was like, seriously, somebody's right joined it. I was like, what? But Resonate was really good, man. I was really surprised at the faces that turned up, man. And like you say, it was really nice to meet you guys. But
absolutely. Yeah.
what sort of stuff do you do on your channel?
We do Let's Plays, so all kinds of different games from older stuff to new stuff. We just kind of do what we like to play, and we kind of add our own bit of humour to it as well. So
See,
try to
like-
make you laugh.
I'm a huge fan of the double act. Because when I started my channel, Codate my dog was originally a double act. It was me and my friend Kyle, but he's since had kids and stuff like that, and he kind of returned to it. So that's why I'm solo now. And that's the main reason I wanted to build IndiScots. Do you know what I mean? To find people to collab with, because it's much better to bounce off of people. So it's good to see. It's good to see actually two people working together on the one channel. It's really refreshing. But we'll move on to Viper. How have you been this week, you tiny wee man? And how are you?
Who are you calling tiny?
You are tiny.
Should I just be like this for the rest of the podcast? Cool.
Just be ahead.
I am tiny man. I am doing alright. I have been playing Fallout.
Here we go, Fallout. He's like that to me before the podcast. Can we talk about Fallout, Truss? And I was like, I'm not going to get a section because it's going to have one anyway, Viper. Do you know what I mean?
I like Fallout.
Is that all you've been playing
He's
this
like
week?
with Destiny. I like with Fallout.
I don't play Destiny on stream anymore, though. I can't bring myself to play Destiny on stream. It's one of the games viewers cannot get involved in it, so I don't play it on stream. I finish up my streams and I'll go on the line and play Destiny as my sort of winding down at night time now. But Vanessa, good to have you back on. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. I've been hacking into people's streams this week.
Lovely
As
behaviour.
in an unofficial hacking IndiScots as well the other day. And also playing Fallout as well with Viper, but not as hyped. I mean, it's good. I'm just not as excited as he is.
Don't sacrilege it.
The thing about Vanessa for the viewers is Vanessa's a member of IndiScots, but I don't think she quite believes she is. She's
No, not yet.
The way she's been getting involved is like she's been picking up the slack when people have like pulled out of streams and stuff. So when there was nobody to do Friday night streams, she's been coming in and bailing us out. And like tonight, Chuck couldn't. He was supposed to be on tonight, but for whatever reason couldn't appear. So Vanessa's bailed us out again. You need to stop just bailing us out and actually get a time schedule and get involved
We've got to stop
properly.
paying you.
I'll see what I can do.
I've never thought that the channel would end up having a bench.
A bench, like substitution. We'll have Chuck
I thought you were
for
calling me a
Vanessa.
bench.
We need numbers then, don't we? We need numbers then.
That's all we'd have thought to call your girlfriend. Is like, you're a fucking bench.
You're a bench.
And for folk that don't know, Viper and Vanessa are an item. That's why I like to put them far away from each other on the podcast, so as they can't cuddle and all
Yes.
that and get too intimate.
One
But
day
aye.
she will be next to me, but
What I've been up to this week is pretty much a lot of nothing on my own channel. I call it streamer block. I've had streamer block this week, and see that way, like you go on stream and you're like, I don't know what to play, or do you know what I mean? And then you just end up playing
Yeah.
Civilization on your own in the dark until 5 o'clock in the morning. But
Speaking of that,
that's what I've been up to, and we've
I've
actually
woken
been
up and I've
working
seen
on. we've been working on the IndiScots. See how the intro, guys, when you're watching the intro to the podcast, it starts with a wee sing song. We've fully rewritten that song. I've got it here. I need to type it up. I'll let you hear the first verse, right? So it's to the song Starship, build this city and rock and roll, right? The first verse is, say you don't know us or recognise our team. Say you don't care who goes to that kind of stream. Knee deep in the hype train, 'cause IndiScots is tight. Too many giveaways, eating up the night. So that's verse 1. And we've got the other verses.
Speaking of giveaway.
And speaking of giveaways, yeah, Viper, take it away. Tell us about the giveaway.
The giveaway is a nice. Hold on.
Oh man, it's suspense.
Giveaway is. I wish you would tell me the.
He doesn't know. Right, I know what the giveaway is off by heart because I care, right?
An Elgato HD60S capture card and a 3 months explicit license. 20
explicit license.
Explicit.
XSplit is a streaming service. It's usually a paid for streaming service. And when I bought my new Logitech camera, it came with a 3 months XSplit license, and I've already got a lifetime license. I love XSplit, so I'm giving away the license, or IndiScots is giving away the license with the HD60, so you guys can try it and see for yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like, and the giveaway is going to end on Christmas Day. Aye. And the great thing about the Elgato capture card is, I see, like when I'm usually playing my PlayStation and I'm streaming, I have to have my PC on one monitor, and it's 1.5 seconds behind the footage. So
if it's a minute, then Jesus Christ.
I know, Jesus Christ, right? But because I can't, my PC sounds, so stuff like alerts, song request, I can't hear that because I've got to listen to the PlayStation sounds rather than have them like 1.5 seconds off. But the Elgato HD60 allows you to play on your PC monitor with zero lag from a console. Zero fucking lag, man. It's a great capture card. So exclamation mark ticket, and you can buy tickets for 10 points in the chat. Viper, you're about to talk about Fallout, aren't you?
Yes.
Like, go for it.
So the beta ended. And it's been interesting. I've been reading a lot of reviews people have been giving it. And the main kind of sense everyone's coming to is that it's all right. It's more than all right. It's fucking beautiful.
Like, has anybody else in the podcast played it? Like Vanessa, Mark,
Yes.
Dave? Have you played it?
Yeah,
I have
played
not.
it.
I have not yet.
What's your opinions on it then, Mark?
I thought it was pretty good. Fallout game, lots to explore. The VAT system was quite nicely incorporated as
I've
well.
watched a lot of
Yeah.
it. I've not actually played it. I've got, like I say, streamer block. I've got so many games to play, but I really want to get Fallout. What are you playing it on, Mark? You playing it on PC?
PS4 at the
Playing
moment.
it on PS4. See, there's a lot of the IndiScots streamers, they're all playing on PC, and I know there's a few of them going to get it on PS4. Like Stubbs is probably going to get it on PS4. That's you going to get it on PS4. The people I play Destiny with, they'll all get it on PS4. So, where do I buy this game?
myself and Viper have it on the PC.
Yeah, no,
And,
that's what I
yeah.
mean. That's why it's such a tough decision, because like
I'll end up buying it on
Yaldi, you,
PS4.
there's so many other people in IndiScots getting it on PC. There's so many IndiScots only play on PC. Do you know what I mean? And you know if they're going to play it, they're only going to play on PC. But what have you been playing, Dave? If you've not been playing Fallout?
Geez, I actually I recently discovered that Good Old Games has an old game that I used to play when I was a kid called Fallen Haven. I don't know if anybody's ever played it.
No, never heard it.
1997. It came out, and it's a turn-based strategy game.
Oh,
Actually,
is it really?
Oh yeah. It's really
Calm down, COD, calm down.
I would highly recommend it, and it's actually really well sort of brought into the Good Old Games.
Can you tell us the name again?
It's called Fallen Haven.
Fallen
So make a
Haven.
note of that for you.
Yeah.
Definitely mark it down. It's quite reminiscent of like sort of tabletop board games where each unit's got like a set distance it can move, and 2 different attacks it can use in different ranges and stuff like that. And it's actually really quite tactical. And when I was younger, because 1997, I was like 7 when it came out. And
Does that be PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 1?
PC.
All right, okay.
Yeah. So I was actually a PC gamer when I was younger, but no, it was good. But I didn't have the sort of strategy element that it requires. So like to gain credits, I would just end the strategic turn and like constantly give the computer more and more turns to like take over territories. And I was wondering why I was struggling. Like but there's actually a building you need to build to get credits. So I've learned that now. I actually managed to finish the campaign the other day, so I was quite happy with that. That's the first time I've ever done it.
But that's the thing about strategy games is it's you don't have fun on your first playthrough. Your first playthrough of a strategy game is, holy fuck, why is it kicking my ass so hard?
How do I play this?
How do I play this? And then you get to a bit and you find out like what you can do. Like you say, it's a specific building, and then it just opens up, and you're like, what have I been doing this whole time?
Yeah, I know. It was horrible. Like actually realizing it was so simple. Like, what have I been doing?
But it brings me on to a subject that I was wanting to talk about tonight. I actually seen a new strategy game that's being released very soon. It's called Void Bastards. It looks fucking amazing. It's got a great name, Void Bastards.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where's the wee section? I've got it in my book. Where is it? New strategy game called Void Bastards. It's inspired by Bioshock and System Shock 2 and possibly FTL. If you know what FTL is, it's a game called Faster Than Light where you've got to get across the universe using fuel reserves. You've got to pick which star system you're going to. It's like a wee top-down map, and that's like the travelling in that.
Cool.
The goal is to escape the Saragossa Nebula. So it looks a great wee game. The cartoon style's brilliant. It looks great, and I love the fucking name of it, man. I'll definitely get that when it comes out. Is there any games coming out soon that you guys are wanting to get apart from Fallout?
Smash.
Yeah, Smash Brothers.
Smash Brothers.
There's Smash Brothers is coming out. Fucking Japan must be losing its shit right now, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this way, I won't be able to play Smash Bros because someone still has my Switch.
So someone will be able to play Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
That'll be me.
Strategically stole it while he wasn't using it, so she had it when Smash Brothers came out. I like your style, Vanessa. I like your style.
Well, actually, to be fair, I did give it ages ago so she could play Breath of the Wild because I was David playing it.
That's a Zelda game, isn't it? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so during that time that I've had the Switch, Splatoon and Mario Party and stuff came out, and I bought Splatoon for it as a digital download, and it's pretty much becoming my Switch now. So when I've spent more money on the Switch than he has, it's literally becoming mine now.
Put it this way, right? I might be getting a new phone contract in the next couple of weeks. The one I'm going for, I'll get a Switch with it.
That's how you know you're getting bumped.
Cool, this is mine now.
That is 100% how you know you're getting bumped. Do you want to buy this phone on a contract and we'll give you this Nintendo Switch for free? It's like when you're at a festival and somebody's like, do you want this lollipop? Always say no. Don't take the lollipop.
As a supplier of said lollipops, I also agree, do not take my lollipop.
Do not take the lollipops.
Here's a question, if we're talking about Switch games actually, is anybody, this is us and the live chat included, is anyone going to be buying the new Pokemon game?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Which one?
Eevee.
Eevee? Good. No, I'm sorry, no cunt is buying the Pikachu.
Yeah, I know, because like Eevee's like the blue version and like Pikachu's red version. So like I think when I got the original version of Pokemon, it was Pokemon Blue we played.
Same here.
I can't remember what the original version of Pokemon it was, but I remember sitting in the fucking the chair in my bedroom like a statue for like months on the Game Boy like that. Yes, this is brilliant. Pokemon was revolutionary when it came out. It was just there was so many games like it beforehand, but it was the one that managed to get everybody interested in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, Viper says no cunt's gonna buy the Pikachu version, but little does he know, I will probably buy the digital version for his Switch. Never know.
Just the thing is, though, right? Is that here's one actually. I need to double check this. Apparently, they've changed the capture system.
Yeah.
So you're not. It's not like you beat them till you.
So you do. Come here, boy. Come here, boy.
Basically, do you know what they've done with Pokemon Go? You just throw balls at it.
Yeah.
Come here.
About the new one is that they've taken away the sort of random encounters. So actually, sorry, the random encounters part is fine because you can actually see the Pokemon out in the map and you can like run into them and then it engages the encounter. But then you don't battle them. You only use the Pokemon Go mechanic to catch them, which I kind of think takes something away from it.
Yeah.
It does.
takes a lot away from it.
Yeah,
Aye, like
yeah.
the full point in Pokemon is to catch them all, and the way to catch them all is you've got to beat them first.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying, right? How many? Like, this is for our question as well. How many Zubats have died because of us wanting to make sure that our Blastoise was the best Blastoise? Like,
So
isn't
true,
it-
the way
how-
to man.
how are you going to level up?
Yeah, well,
Are you doing it through candies?
you still battle trainers, and obviously gym battles and stuff still happen, so you'll have to get experience through that. But there's no,
Well,
unless you get experience from catching Pokemon.
you do. You get experience from catching Pokemon. Initially, it shares all the experience across all your Pokemon without the need for an experience share. But you can turn that off if you just want to focus on one Pokemon. Apparently.
That's good. That's quite good.
Yeah.
But one of the things I loved about, like, for example, when I played Sun and Moon, is that I could train my Pokemon certain stats to make them the
Yeah.
best. Put it this way, right? Like, if you give me the option to get a Squirtle in any Pokemon game, I'm getting the Squirtle.
Yeah.
I love Squirtle. And
He loves to Squirtle.
And he wants to be the best at Squirtling.
yes, that no one ever was. Brings a new meaning to use water gun.
Hydro Pump, surely.
Hydro pump. That's well better. It's well better. Okay, pump you for hydro.
But like, the best part is that, like, when that game came out, I was able to go, cool, I'm going to take this Blastoise and train him against very fast Pokemon. So when it comes to me fighting very fast Pokemon, it's a tank who has auto aim.
Yeah.
You ever seen a tank with aimbot before? It's no.
Not gonna end well.
Aye, just speed defense. There you go.
That's pretty good.
Aye.
Move on to a different subject. A wee bit of a
Before
more
I go on.
intellectual subject. This last week, does everybody know what the Kepler Space Telescope is?
Mm-hmm.
It's the one that's looking for planets. It was decommissioned last week. It spent 6 years in space. It was launched in 2009. Oh no, I launched in 2009, so it's 9 years old, 9 years in space. It was originally designed for 6. It used the transit method to detect exoplanets around other stars. It found 2,700 planets round about other stars. Most of them were hot Jupiters. The current number of planets known by us is 3,706. So it found fucking over like 2/3 of it. Do you know what I mean? That's crazy, man. But there's another space telescope going up called the James Webb, and that's going to be like way more tuned towards it. And like the way the Kepler telescope worked is it looked at stars, right? So see, like heat from our star, it threw its measurements off a wee bit. And what the James Webb's going to do is it's going to go up into a Lagrange point, and a Lagrange point is a point in space. Like, see how you know what a gravity well is? There's a well in space underneath the planet. It's like a well that stuff falls into it. That's how gravity works. We'll see if there's a well between Earth and then the moon's got a well. Well, there's imagine a mountain there that you can just sit on top of and stay in the one place. There's one of them behind the moon, and the James Webb's going to sit in the moon's shadow, so as it has no. It's going to like have no. See, as the moon or Earth, it's Earth's shadow. See, as Earth goes round about the sun, it's going to always be behind Earth, so as it's getting much better readings. So
Wait,
see
so is it going to be like, so if this is Earth, this is the moon, my heat's actually no what? My heat's Earth, this is the moon, and this is the telescope. So is it going to be as the moon goes round? It's going to be
no,
like
it's
that?
I was wrong when I said behind the moon. It's behind the Earth. Forget the moon entirely. It's the sun, the Earth, and then the telescope's behind Earth, and it's always behind Earth. Stays in the one place as it goes round, so it's always in the shadow, and it's so as it can get better readings. Like if it's getting no heat from our sun, then obviously the heat from the other suns is the light from the other suns is the only one it's receiving. So that 3,000 number's probably going to balloon to something crazy, man. But the James Webb isn't. It's no due to launch until 2021. But that's quite mad, ain't it? 2,700 planets, man. It found. Do any
Hopefully
use
find
like,
us a new one to live on.
any use like that sort of stuff? Anybody?
Definitely. Yeah, I'm well into that stuff.
Aye, like I
Yeah,
love that.
for
Like
sure.
I've always wanted to talk about stuff. I want to one thing we want to do on IndiScots is we want to start a new show, like a weekly show. It's not going to be live. We'll obviously edit it for the best parts, but I want it to be called Indie Thoughts, where we just get together and we just talk about whatever we like. Do you know what I mean? Where we can have a more intellectual discussion about something, or we can talk about how a pensioner's fanny is like, the rest of the question.
And that's indie thoughts as in mind thoughts and not what Viper is doing, that type of thought.
Indie thoughts.
That was my first thought, actually.
But aye, it's an idea we've had. But moving over on a wee bit of a later subject, we just want to say a huge happy birthday to Pure Tonto Gamer. It's his birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday, man.
Tonto Gamer.
1, 2, 3.
Happy
Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tonto. Happy birthday to you.
That went fucking shite.
Yes.
About as well as it could, to be honest.
Aye, that's what I was thinking when I was doing it. It's gone as good as it can go. Just go, trust. Just go with it. Go. Aye, we've got a commanding chat. Tonto is a great wee streamer, great YouTuber. Happy birthday to him, and here's the links to his stuff, guys. Feel free to follow him and sub to his YouTube. He's almost at 1,000 subscribers, so let's help him and let's get him up and beyond that, man. Happy birthday, Tonto.
Woohoo!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! And another thing on IndiScots is Viper is currently making an IndiScots Cards Against Humanity pack. So any ideas in chat would be more than welcome, man, for card ideas, question ideas. Like, Viper, give us a few...
Give you a few
examples of what we've got already, please.
Right, give me 2 seconds while I get this up. So, we have Hype Train,
Just like
COD's Raging History Boner. I fucking love Willie.
the Stubbs quote.
Thunder taking a jobby. And, of course, Give Egg.
And of course, one of the only questions we've got right now is, why is a pensioner's fanny like blank?
Good answers there.
Have fun with that. And on that note, man, Cards Against Humanity is after the stream tonight as well. Straight after the podcast, we're going to be playing Cards Against Humanity.
Nice one.
If my stream decides to know.
If Viper can actually get it done tonight, aye. We've got to go live with Cards Against Humanity last week. He's like, the website's down. Like, aye, so
Jackbox.
If you can't get it done, we'll have to get another bench sitter.
No, if Cards Against Humanity can't get streamed again, we can just always go to go to Jackbox. And thank you, Zavira, for the clip in chat.
I've had fucking the tab open for Cards Against Humanity, and I'm no closing it just in case.
I think you've got it open, right? Cool, good shit. Did you know that Activision is not, or is Activision, isn't it? Aye, Activision isn't happy with the way Destiny 2 is performing. They're saying it's not making enough money. But see, Bungie, they're on the exact opposite side of the fence. They're like, what are you talking about? This is the way we want this game. It's brilliant the way it is.
Can I make a quick point here?
Hold on, let me get Luke Smith's quote out first, right? Quoted Luke Smith, the guy who made The Taken King. He didn't make Forsaken, but he's one of the main developers on Destiny games. He says, we are not disappointed with Forsaken. We set out to build a game that Destiny players love. And at Bungie, we love it too. I can only second that opinion. See, as a Destiny player, Destiny's the best it's been for a long time. For a lot of DLCs, it's the best it's been. But the reason I bring this up is, like, this is a problem that we're going to see more and more and more of as microtransactions become more prevalent in gaming. You're going to see the publisher wanting microtransactions and the developer wanting to make a good game. Now, I just wanted to make a huge shout out to Santa Monica Games, right? They are the bands who made God of War. They made the new God of War game, God of War 4. There's no DLCs for it. There was no patches needed. They released that game. It was polished. It was the price of the game, and they never asked for any more money. That's what I want to see for gaming. How about yous? We'll ask Great Scott Gamers. How do yous feel about that moving forward in the gaming industry?
Yeah, absolutely. Totally agree with that, because it's funny you talk about Destiny. I actually stopped playing Destiny because of the kind of model they've got on
Forsaken's
really-
great, mate. Come back. If you play on
Well,
PS4, we've got a Destiny clan. It's brilliant. We all play it. We still all play. Come back. Come back to us.
I played Destiny 1. Played Destiny 1 pretty solidly with actually Mark and a couple other friends. But I got the whole game. But when Destiny 2 came out, because of the way that they had previously released DLC, and you know how the way when DLC comes out, they lock you out of content that you know, if you don't buy the DLC, you're locked out of like doing the Nightfall strikes and stuff like that.
aye.
I kind of feel that's pretty shit of them.
It's not
to
that
do
you're
that.
locked out, but you are in a sense. The light level goes too high, and there's no way you're finishing that. Do you know what I mean? It's exactly like being locked out. They did do that in Destiny 1. If you bought a DLC, they locked you out. But in Destiny 2, they still let you do a Nightfall. There's a Prestige Nightfall for people who own the DLC, and there's a normal Nightfall that's a lot lower. It's DLC before DLC, like.
Yeah, right, okay.
They have addressed a lot of the problems with Destiny. They really have. Like, Destiny right now, if you played Destiny 1, it feels a lot like Destiny 1 right now. It feels like you've picked up Destiny 1 with some new supers. But
Right.
it's like, I really want the gaming industry to move away from microtransactions. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's move away from them. Like, Blizzard this week said that most of their main developers are working on their mobile phone games.
Oh God, yes.
Blizzard, do you know what I mean? Like, what? They're all working on mobile phone games? What about Fallout? Do you know what I mean? Is that not going to get? Does that not still need work? Do you know what I mean? Like, there's going to be that patch when it releases. They've just done a beta. What do you mean your main developers aren't working on your flagship fucking game? Like, what?
Bethesda make Fallout.
Oh, Bethesda makes. That's my fault. That's my mistake.
You're
Sorry.
thinking Diablo.
Sorry.
You're thinking Diablo.
Yes,
I know.
Diablo. Yes, sorry.
A
My
lot
mistake.
of people's reactions with I think was last week was that a lot of they're really trying to continue the hype with Destiny 2, especially when it
the
came
hype
up
with Destiny
with
2 is completely broken. There's too many people that dislike it now.
They're still trying to keep it going, which was like the main thing that people caught on with BlizzCon when they came out with it being free for like, what was it, a couple of weeks or something?
Aye, it was free. It's been Destiny 2 base game's been free a lot, but I've said that every time we've announced it, I've also aired caution for what Dave said. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're just getting the base game while there's DLCs available, there's no fucking point.
Exactly.
They're trying to get you to get the DLC or the base game so you'll enjoy it enough to buy their DLCs. That's why they're giving you it for free. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the problem with Destiny right now is it's still Destiny, right? And all the changes, every single small change they made was good. But there's only so many small changes you can make before it's a different game. Do you know what I mean? And there's been that many small changes that Destiny's different from Destiny 1. It feels similar, but it's different. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's completely different. Like, if you were a Destiny 1 player, Dave, you know, like in the Crucible, you always had ammo for your shotgun. No, you don't. You only start with 2 rounds, and if you lose those 2 rounds or you die, you've not got any rounds in your shotgun. So it's the Crucible's a lot harder. They've made it a lot more. Bungie have always been airing for that competitive. They've always wanted esports. Do you know what I mean? Like, and they've been making small changes to it. And like I say, it's no longer the same game. It's Destiny 2 now. Do you know what I mean? It's no Destiny, and that's when people think of Destiny, they think of the fun they had in Vault of Glass. Do you know what I mean? Then that first raid, and it's different now. Like the raid is way harder. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it requires like you go into LFG, like looking for group websites, and you still can't find things. You still can't find people, and like even the people you do find, they're complete noobs. And I don't mind playing with noobs, but they don't want to talk to you, and that's the big point. They'll not join your party and listen to what you're saying. But we'll move off of Destiny before I get too.
I was going to say, like, fuck. if we're quickly talking about microtransactions, I'm going to actually quickly bring
That's what I brought it up for, because I wanted to talk about the microtransactions thing.
Nah, you want to talk about Destiny. If we're talking about microtransactions, that was actually one of the things I was really worried about Pokemon, because if they're using the Pokemon Go system, Pokemon Go requires you to level up your Pokemon through candies, and getting candies isn't that easy. You need to like catch loads and loads and loads of Pokemon. It's a massive, massive grind just to level up your Squirtle to get to fucking, Wartortle. And I'm just really worried because like the thing that Pokemon Go added was microtransactions. And I'm sorry, but the day that Pokemon add microtransactions is the day that the fucking companies have won.
See, I don't have a problem with microtransactions as long as they
hate
meet
them.
as long as they meet a few of my criteria, right? And the criteria is, do not put something in the game that somebody can buy and basically make it pay to win. Do you know what I mean? See if it's see if it's
God,
a
yeah.
fucking skin. Buy a
definitely.
skin all day. Do you know what I mean? Fucking buy it
Microtransactions
and
should
waste
just
your
be
money on
cosmetic
skins.
only.
Aye, microtransactions, cosmetic only. Don't have a problem with them. If you want to spend your money on them, that's your choice. Do you know what I mean? But don't make my experience in this game worse because that man has more money than me, and we both spent the same amount of money on the game. Do you know what I mean? I hate that.
That was the
Of
problem with
course.
Battlefront 2, wasn't it? When that
Yes.
came out, it was like they said that it was
I don't
only gonna
play
be
that, so explain it a wee bit for us.
So it's effectively gambling. They've got like the loot box system where you use I don't know, is it credits? Or-
Yeah, it's something like credits, but apparently they had totaled up the amount of hours you'd have to play, like
Twitch.
just in general to unlock everybody, and it was way too many. It was like hundreds of hours to unlock everybody.
Like,
whereas like
Yep.
Aye.
if you had the money, you could just buy all the characters.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
If I'm right, Darth Vader cost, I think it was 5,000
Did he not do
credits.
something similar like that in the other Battlefield games? Like, see how that will take you like 100 hours to level your fucking sniper from like 0 all the way to level 10 or whatever it is. Can you know you can go into the PlayStation Store and buy level 10 snipers and stuff? That's buying power. Do you know what I mean? That's
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think I don't play Battlefields anymore, and I think it was when I found that out that I stopped playing it. I just forgot about it until you mentioned that there.
It doesn't work for competitive online play. You just can't have a situation where someone can basically buy their way to beating you. You know, it should just entirely be up to you.
Exactly. Do you know what I mean? Like, half the fun in online play is getting there yourself. Like, yes, look, I was playing with that shite weapon, and look, I've got to the next level. Yes, done it. Next shite weapon.
Yeah. You gotta relearn the weapon and things like
Aye,
that. as well.
because it builds up your skill level as well. So, because there's also the other hand there. Like, you feel sorry for these guys because they're way up at the top and they've got all the good weapons and all that, and then you run up with your wee shite weapon because you've been playing for 60 hours and you're like, rip him to shreds, and he's in his room like that. I'm telling my mum, Mum, give me more money. I need to buy more things. I'm not good enough. Do you know what I mean? I know there's people out there like that they don't think they're good enough, so they try to buy the power, and then they still get wrecked, and then they'll end up. And I feel sorry for them because they'll end up loads of money down, and then angry because they've not got the skill level, and they've not realised that playing the game through is how you get better at the game. You can't just buy being good. You can't buy fine motor skills.
No, exactly.
The worst part though is when they put microtransactions in a single player game, and I'm looking at you, Shadow of War. I'm looking at you.
Yeah, man.
Just because I say you can't buy fine motor skills, I remember that you can.
Fiverr.
No,
Hey.
Special Effect charity that we met at Resonate. Remember them? They're the ones that make for the people that don't have fine motor skills, and they make the big, massive controllers for people that have maybe lost limbs and stuff. We're going to be doing, remember guys, IndiScots is going to be doing a charity stream for them in February, man. So, check them out, specialeffect.com. Check out their charity. They do great things, man. They do great things. Do you know what I mean? Like, see, even if you want to phone them up and you want to buy one of their controllers for just something stupid, like I'm going to play something with my feet. Do you know what I mean? Buy one of their controllers because it helps the charity out immensely. Do you know what I mean?
I
Like,
think I'm gonna
do
that,
streams like and put Special Effect charity controller and let's. Do you know what I mean? It'd make a great stream. It'd be funny. Plus, at the same time, you're showing people, look, if you can't play the computer like this, you can do it like me. They're like, I've got my controllers on the floor. I'm doing this with my hands. Do you know what I mean?
Tell you
like,
what, right?
Great idea. I love it. Love it.
I've decided. I just decided right now. I will full on buy one's controllers, and I swear, I will play Dark Souls with my feet.
No, he actually needs it for The Witcher because when I'm not there to help him for the bosses.
Yes, we're just going to talk about that right now. Right, bye.
On your eyes.
Right, we'll bring everybody up to speed. If you check the clip sections, it'll be in there, right? I can't remember the name yet. Somebody fit it. Yaldi or something's here, you'll find it. But what happened was... what happened was Viper had just started The Witcher. He's fighting the tutorial griffin. The tutorial griffin
I've got a sword because I feel attacked.
He died like
Who bought
maybe
the sword?
8 or 9 times, right? 8, 9 times.
To
And then
be fair, it's a pretty tough fight, right?
yeah, it's a pretty tough fight, right? But see when your girlfriend, when you're in the toilet, just steps up to the controller, goes, "How do I do this?" and then beats it first time. There's no living it down.
Attacked.
And just bear in mind, I haven't played a controller, like I haven't played on a controller for like years now because I've been on PC gaming. I've never played The Witcher either. So when I
Yeah.
pick up the controller, I just got it straight away. It's a bit
Attacked.
painful.
PC Master Race, what can you say?
PC Master Race, man. PCs are better, right? But see when you're in the middle of a game and it starts pure skipping frames and then you have to load out the game and then you're sitting 3 hours later like, how can I get this to work? Give me my console back. It looks shite, but I can play it.
What, like when Skyrim came out for the PS3?
Well, I didn't play Skyrim.
Too soon,
I
man.
didn't experience it.
Like, I'm gonna because
Skyrim on the PS3 was fine for me,
No,
actually.
it was not. I'm going to tell you exactly why it was not okay.
because the
The
PS3
PlayStation 4 can't even handle Fallout 4, man, half the time. I know the
Good point.
limitations of consoles.
But thing is, right, the PS3, I don't know, like, am I right in saying it worked in RAM files? Like, if you're playing a game, it made more and more RAM files. Basically, the RAM files for Skyrim were so big, and it would save so frequently, the RAM files kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So the longer you played it, the more fucked up the game became.
Mate, that sounds fun.
I've
Sounds
never
like some
had that
heavy
issue.
good glitches would happen.
Vanessa, you never had that issue because you played it on an Xbox.
No, I played on the PS3.
Then you had, like, the god PS3. You had the only PS3 that worked.
The Omni PS3.
You
Well,
got
it
your
was
P-
the only game I ever played on the PS3,
You
and
got
then
your
the other
PS3.
uses, the other uses for the PS3 was just Netflix. So
That's, my PlayStation 4 is basically a Destiny 4 machine, man, right now. That's all I play it for. It's on for a few hours every day and it plays Destiny 4. But see, this month, I can't iterate it enough, right? This month, the free game on PSN is Bulletstorm. Full clip edition with all the DLCs. If you've never fucking played Bulletstorm, go get it. Play Bulletstorm.
Just a
It's great.
shite Overwatch.
Mate, Bulletstorm's nothing like
It's just a
Overwatch. It's not even a multiplayer game. It's a fucking
Oh, I'm
PS3
thinking
story
Battleborn.
game.
No, I'm thinking Battleborn.
It's a
Battleborn
PS3
is a shite
That's what I'm
Overwatch.
thinking. I'm thinking
Battleborn is a shite Overwatch, aye.
Yeah.
But
Does that come with,
Bulletstorm is great, man. You can literally shoot somebody through their asshole with a controllable bullet and make it come out their mouth and get an asshole and headshot shot in the one. Ding, and then the wee trophy pops up in the top corner. Like, you did it.
You did it.
Get Bulletstorm, play it through it once. If you don't, like, some people don't like it, obviously, but you will have fun. Like the two of you do it on a stream or do it on a Let's Play and pass the pad on a death or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's such a fun game. Like, there's everything in the world. There's like electrical hazards. There's just hazards everywhere, spike traps, right? And your main weapon is your foot. It's called Bulletstorm, right? But your main weapon is your foot. You just walk about kicking things and you just kick people into everything. And then later on in the game, you get a whip and you can whip people forward. Like if there's a guy between you and a spike trap between you and the man, you can whip through and pull him into the spike trap, but you can also kick a man away and whip him towards you and just keep playing tennis with this man. Like, mate, Bulletstorm, one of the most fun you'll ever have on a fucking video game, I guarantee it. I guarantee it. But that leads us on to talking about having fun in video games. Has any of you seen this VR Go thing? There's the PC Gamer article for it. They made a PC, right, into a backpack. It's a wearable PC, so as people can play VR wirelessly or with wires that are connected to them. Like, why would you not just buy a wireless headset?
Label.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a good idea, but it's not as if you're going to be like, right, I'm going to work, I'm going to play VR on the way to the bus. Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe
get mugged.
Use one.
totally get mugged, Like, look at that guy. Like, look at him.
Have you seen Ready Player One?
Yes.
I haven't actually, no.
Right. I'm just, you know what I'm just picturing? I'm just picturing like 10 people at a bus stop, right? With this thing on, right? So I'm having to go back. And then all of a sudden, you just hear, balls!
Hacking bastard!
just you like throw it on the ground and be like,
I'm fucking done. Then they find out this guy next to them, and you just go, "You bastard!"
Do you not think if VR became a thing that people were walking about doing all the time, people would fall over an awful lot more often? You just like see people walking the street and then you'd be like down. You're like,
Yes.
Game insurance companies would make a fucking...
Absolutely, yeah.
There's nothing funnier than somebody falling over, right? And I remember, no, there really
Quote
isn't.
it, quote
There
it.
really isn't. Right, quote that. Aye, right. There's nothing funnier than somebody falling over. And I was when I was younger, I used to dairy milk, right? And there was this woman walking down the street. She's on a hill, right? And she's got 2 bags of wallpaper, right? You can already see where this is going, can't you? So she falls over, man, and the fucking wallpaper's rolling down the street away from her, man. Come here, can somebody help me? Oh my god, I was trying to help her a while back. Oh, I fucking couldn't move for laughing, man. Why are them fucking unrolling as it goes down the street and all that, man? You're like, oh, you fuck. It's
With
too
our cameras.
Well, it was, what, it would have been 2000, maybe 2006 or something like that. Maybe there was cameras. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, a guy hiding in a bush.
realised something.
Guy, like that first ever YouTube video, that yes.
Yeah.
Do you know how we were sorry, I'm going back to the previous topic. Do you know we were just talking about how, like, was it Activision only happy with Destiny and how it's doing money wise?
Mhm.
Aren't they giving that game away for free right now?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And like literally a couple of weeks ago in the podcast, I was talking about how Destiny made more money than Fortnite and Call of Duty and all that. Do you know, not combined, but individually it made more money than them in microtransactions. And then literally 4 weeks later, they're like, "We don't make enough money." You're like,
But no-
what's going on? Do you know what I mean? A game's got a lifetime, right? You bring a game out, it's good. Other games are coming out, so people are going away, right? So how can they wake up in the morning and look at the numbers and go, our numbers are down? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Get them back up to normal right now, or we'll have a hissy fit. How can they? How do you know what I mean? How can somebody do that?
Have a hissy fit on their bed made of money.
Aye, do you know what I mean? Like, I really just don't get it. I don't
I want
get
to
it.
upgrade my double bed made of money to a king size made of money.
A double decker.
Yeah, they want a bunk bed made of money.
Just money streaming down on them. It's like,
Aye, we've got to take a wee, bring it down a bit, calm down for a wee minute, and we're going to talk about how it's the 100-year anniversary at the end of the Great War today. So, aye, we're going to be doing a minute silence for that in respect of it, guys. 100 fucking years since the Great War, man. There was over 4 million people lost their lives in that war, so we're going to go to a quick minute silence. Hopefully you guys at home do the same. Right, guys, we're back. Aye, just a wee bit of respect, man. So many people lost their lives, and it still affects the world to today, the Great War. So, aye, just a wee bit of respect on that front. But we'll move right on, and we'll move on to the fact that Final Fantasy 15, 3 out of its 4 DLCs have been cancelled. The last one is called Arden, and it's out in March next year. The game released in 2016, and the DLC's only coming out until 2019. How do we feel about that? Viper Sam?
okay.
I see this as one thing.
All right,
and
no,
it's,
let's go to the Great Scott if they've picked
all
up
right,
on it.
aye, go for it.
No, on you go.
Okay.
We've got a lot to say about it, but on you go.
I see this as a ploy to try and increase the longevity of a game. Because you know
See,
how
I
some...
do as well. Yes, I do as well. But there's the other side to it, right? It depends on the mindset, right? The developers could be going, right, see how, like I was saying about Activision, how they're waking up and going, why is people not playing our game still? Do you know what I mean? They were playing it yesterday, why not today? Maybe the people that are making Final Fantasy, I don't know the game developer's name. I should
Square Enix.
Square Enix. Maybe they're going like that, right? We realise that people might play our game, complete the base game, go and play other games. So we'll bring our DLC out in a couple of years' time when they can go, holy shit, more Final Fantasy content, and I don't need to buy a full new game. I like that. If that's their mindset.
Well, Square Enix love money. We've learned that through the fact that, well, Mark and I are big Final Fantasy fans. We have been since forever.
Yeah.
So we grew up playing these games and are big fans of the turn-based style battles and things like that. So the kind of new direction that they started taking when Final Fantasy 13 came out, or you could even argue Final Fantasy 12, when they started moving away from the traditional battle system and things like that, they brought in lots of changes to the game. And obviously they're trying to bring Final Fantasy to this modern gaming scene where they're trying to appeal to whatever they
Fortnite players.
Yeah. They think they know what people want, and I don't know that they do anymore. So they're kind of jumping on the DLC wagon, I think, with this game because they think it's so big. It was promised as a 2 parts. In fact, Final Fantasy 15 was originally supposed to be part of Final Fantasy 13. It was supposed to be part of the Fabula Nova Crystallis game.
Technically 3 parts.
Technically 3 parts. So it was supposed to be 3 parts, and they announced that it was going to be like was it even supposed to be for the PS3?
Yeah, PS3. It was supposed to be for.
It was supposed to be a launch title for PS3. So this was like years ago they were going to.
Final Fantasy 15 was supposed to be a launch title for what?
Launch title. Yeah. So and it was actually originally called Versus 13. So it was supposed to be like this answer to Final Fantasy 13. Have you got your hand up? Do you want to say something?
I've never played a Final Fantasy game in my life.
Neither have I.
But
That's
you
why
will
I'm so interested, man.
And-
That's why I'm so
But
interested.
he will be.
I was gifted a copy of Final. Was it 8 or 10?
10.
I was gifted a copy of Final Fantasy 10 remastered, and I'm going to be playing it. But yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not-
Like you guys just like talk about I'm like.
See, I have an excuse, right?
Don't spoil it.
See when the
Oh, no,
Final
sorry,
Fantasy
sorry.
games were coming out, I was playing Metal Gears. Metal Gears.
Of course you were playing Metal Gear.
What's your
We're not
excuse, Viper?
surprised.
What were you doing?
What I was doing. Wait, what?
So I was being 10. Shut up, Trustler.
I was playing Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh no! Oh,
I will say Shadow the Hedgehog was the first ever game I completed, and I'm sorry, I think Shadow the Hedgehog's the reason why I was such an edgy teen. I was like,
Good reason.
I don't need you. Just say that shows Shadow's team on.
Shadow shape.
Shadow's a really cool character. It's just a shame they gave him a terrible game
And a gun. And a
gun.
motorbike.
And a motorbike.
Yeah, motorbike was awesome. Gun.
Yeah, but they need guns.
He doesn't need a motorbike. It might be
Yeah.
awesome.
I like the reason I think is Shadow the Hedgehog was so good though because it was, if I'm right, is it one of the first games that had this kind of different ending morality based thing? Like depending on how good or bad you were, it changed the ending.
Really? Shadow the
Am I right
Hedgehog
in
had
saying
that in it?
It did. It was like it was weird, but it was more of you saw. So like, it was like a tree branch thing. So like you started off the same level every time, and depending on how you finished the level, is what happened. So for example, if you decided to go on and take on Dr. Eggman, you went down the bottom. If you had to go take on the aliens, you went over the top. Or if you decided to go work with the police, you went through the middle. And so you could either work with the aliens to take over Earth, you could go ignore everything and kill the aliens to defeat Dr. Eggman, or you could work with the police and defeat them both.
So
Yeah, like,
that,
when games
that's
get-
multiple
I said
playthroughs,
fuck the
isn't
world
it?
and went, no, fuck aliens! Aliens!
I like shit like that because it means you can go back and play multiple playthroughs, right? But how many times have you said, like in a game like that, oh, I'm going to make this decision, and then I'll go and I'll play it again, and I'll make the other decision, and then you're
You
playing
don't.
Civilization at 5 in the morning.
I love how COD pulled out the view bot.
The view bot, I know the puppies here, man. Puppies here, the main attraction.
Everybody
scratching
share, we
it
have
with
a
it.
view bot.
He was scratching me there, so he must have wanted to come up. Me tired
Vanessa
boy.
is currently dying.
Oh my boy.
There's like Vanessa. Did you ever play Final Fantasy game?
I did, yes.
So what's your opinion on others?
I didn't play all of them. Skipped every one of them, and then I was recommended to play 7. So I was like, okay, I shall. I will be that controversial person here, but it's not my type of game. That is all. That is all.
Final Fantasy 7.
Nothing saying it's a bad game or anything. It's just not my type of game.
That's completely fine. That's a respectable opinion. That's...
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. 'Cause I was told if I'm playing Final Fantasy, I need to stay away from one of them. I think it was 13. Or was it 11?
Well, 11's the online one.
I was told if I'm going to play one, I need to stay clear of one because it's god fucking awful.
Well, don't touch any mainline series titles after 12, in my opinion.
So don't touch 13, don't touch 14, don't touch 15. Is there a 14?
There is a 14 and it's also online, so I won't count that one. So 11 and 14 were the 2 online ones. 14's more like World of Warcraft. 11 was a totally different beast, and we played it for 10 years, and it was amazing. But it's very different to all online.
So it's like it's your favourite game.
Well...
So hold on, we've got Metal Gear, we've got Final Fantasy 11, not 11.
Final Fantasy.
Just Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Fallout, and yours changes every week. So
Who, me? Really?
That's who he's trying to point at. Aye.
Excuse me, Zelda.
Yeah, okay, that's acceptable.
Because fuck Fortnite.
I've never played a Zelda game.
Neither had I until Breath of the Wild.
Too busy playing Metal Gear.
Neither has he until he had met me. So.
Basically, I'm saying like if I didn't meet Vanessa, actually no, I had a copy of Twilight Princess, but I didn't play it.
You didn't, yeah.
What one was that? Because was that GameCube?
No, that was Wii.
It was the last one on the GameCube and the first one on the Wii.
Yeah,
right.
Yep.
Simultaneous release.
Because they remade it into Wii.
And what was really cool about that was it was mirrored on the Wii version and the GameCube version. So Link's left-handed, traditionally, but on the Wii version, because more people, I think they thought more people were right-handed. I don't actually think that's true, but I think they thought that, so they released it, and they actually mirrored the entire game so that Link was now right-handed because it used motion controls with the Wii controller. That's amazing. Like, so the two games are like opposite but the same. Do you know what I mean?
But it's there is more people in the world that are right-handed. So
yeah, I think yeah, I can't remember. I think
it's something like 30% of people, 36 or 37% of people are left-handed. So
Men, raise your prominent hand.
I can't. Mine's is my right.
Let's say now go and wash it.
But I think that's a good decision when they make decisions like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh shit, most people that are going to be playing this are right-handed. Link's left-handed. Just make him right-handed. Fuck it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
that's really interesting.
I'm actually going to argue against that because,
feel free.
In my opinion, I think it would have been more fun if they didn't. No, think about it, right? If Link's left-handed, right? How much more of a challenge would it have then been to give players go like, cool,
right?
This needs to be in your left hand.
See when I
learn how to swing.
See when I broke my right hand. See when I broke my right arm, and I had to use my left arm for everything. Right?
You were fucked for 6 weeks. That's what you were.
No, I was fucked for 3 months. Right? I had to use my left hand for absolutely everything. I had to go to school. I had to use my left hand for writing and all this. Right? And see when you're forced to do things with your left hand, you'll do it for longer than if you were choosing to do it. Mate, I would never have chose to play the Wii with my left hand. Yeah. Never.
Yeah.
Really?
I just didn't play the Wii when I broke my arm.
Yeah, I think there was an option to change it. So, like, if you wanted to play left-handed, you could. But I think by default, it was right-handed.
So, if there's an option to change it, why change the characters? Why change what hand he uses in the first place if you can just choose to change it?
It could just be down to what you said. Like, they might have just hedged their bets and said, okay, more people are going to be right-handed. Let's just.
So let's be like, when they load the game up, more people will be going straight into the game rather than shit, I need to change this controls.
Yeah.
I still don't think that would have been so much more fun.
Yeah, it could, yeah, absolutely.
Because like, it's just the whole point of like, cool, right, hold on. Like, I'm the same. I'm right-handed,
And like when I hold a sword, my right hand goes up to the top. But
No,
Yeah,
mate, you'd have done it
that's
for 10
learning
minutes.
how
You'd have
to
been
do
doing it for
that.
10 minutes and you'd be like, fuck this shit. Just use my good hand.
Yeah.
Guaranteed, man.
to be honest, with a Wii, no, I would have sat down on my couch and
Mate, it's like masturbating
most
with your left
likely-
hand. You try it for a couple of seconds and then you're just like, nah.
Yeah, I was gonna say
You have to
another
sit on it
reason
for 2
could
minutes
be
first,
like
just to make sure it feels okay. Then.
another reason for them to actually make the choice would just be like for people who are right-handed or whatever, like it's for like the full inversion like into the, that's not the right word, correct me, like just a full feel of being the character
Yeah.
and
I mean,
like just immersion, not
Immersion.
inversion, not English, yeah.
Well, it was
That was it.
inversion because the game was inverted, wasn't it? So,
Yeah.
aye.
Hey,
that's what I
there you
thought
go.
meant originally.
Yeah, no, so like just for like especially kids and stuff, they'd like feel like they're actually playing Link.
Oh, see for like
Yeah.
kids, see kids, like see if you had to force a kid into using its left hand, then a kid's they learn much quicker. So if you tell a kid
Yeah.
it's a challenge, you never know. You teach your kid to be ambidextrous through something like that. Do you know what I mean? You really could, because like I broke my right foot, right, and I used to play football on my crutches and kick the ball with my left foot, and I had done that for like 8 months, right, and fucking see by the time I went back to playing football, I was that used to kicking the ball with my left foot that I became both footed. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, right.
That's pretty
So,
cool.
and like, see, because like I was like, I can pass the ball dead accurate with my left foot, even in a crutch. So it made me put time into practicing it. Do you know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
I was a really good central midfielder because I could use both feet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You couldn't catch me off guard by attacking me on one side because it was a weak side. I had 2 strong sides, and it's because I broke my leg and was forced to use my left leg. I wasn't
Yeah,
forced. I
for
wasn't
sure.
forced to play football on my crutches, but I done that.
You did anyway.
I did anyway. Aye.
Next one. So we should break people's arms so they're forced to play Zelda.
Yes.
with
No,
us.
not break arms. No. But aye, that's all the subjects I had for tonight. How long have we got left? 2 minutes or something?
2 minutes.
2 minutes, that's absolutely fucking perfect. That gives us time to tell us how Viper's going to be playing Cards Against Humanity in a couple of minutes, guys. It was Tonto's birthday today. I seen he's playing Rust. He might be streaming right now, so if you want to go say hello to Tonto, I think he's live right now. Can we just double check that actually? Go to Discord. Somebody double check because if I take mine's down, it'll ruin the stream. Check if Tonto's live for us, and we're going to be going to play Cards Against Humanity. We'll see if there's anybody put questions in the podcast questions section. I forgot to say to folk to do that tonight. Let's take a viewer question before we go. Maybe even one for last week. Who's got a decent question?
Do I follow Tonto?
If you don't follow Tonto, that's just shocking, man.
Probably shouldn't have meant that live.
Oh, forgot to say, this podcast is unofficially sponsored by Iron Brew.
Nice.
I only have a
Lexi
drop
puts
list
that
after
question
seeing
in there.
Actually got it, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Black Rose putting one in the new. Can we have a Thunder calendar? That was one thing that us in IndiScots were wanting to do. We wanted to make a calendar for next year. A funny / sexually provocative calendar. So
I'm month of July.
a Thunder calendar could be a good idea. Aye, but like,
Yes.
how?
Holy
What
fuck,
would you do?
I wasn't following Tonto.
What would you do for a Thunder calendar? Would you just get him like a couple of different suits or take him to a couple of different places? Like, here's Thunder on a rock. Here's Thunder doing a shit. What do you do with a dog
Different
calendar? I don't
costumes,
get it.
different locations.
But yeah, guys, that's the end of the
Right.
podcast tonight. Thank you for joining me. Viper, thank you for appearing at your first time. We'd love to have you back. Great Scott Gamers, Dave and Mark, and Vanessathenoob. Thank you very much for joining us, guys, and we'll see you all in a couple of minutes for Cards Against Humanity. Goodbye, folks.
Cheers, guys. See you later.
We'll build this network on Scots. Hey, don't ruin the outro this time, you bastards. Network, Scots and Soul. Build this network on Scots. That meant actually ruin the outro, you bastards.